Sal Frelick. And Sal Frelick was drafted by the Milwaukee Brewers, round number 1, pick number 15, out of Boston College. He stands about 5'10", weighs 180 pounds, got the build, got the looks. He looks like a baseball player, Ross. Now give me those stats, man.
All right. Sal Frelick out of Boston College. He was a first-round pick, number 15th overall by the Brewers. They started him out in the low minor leagues, and right from the get-go, the guy was just a hitting machine. So this is a guy coming out of college who had a career 345 batting average, 435 OBP, and a 521 slugging percentage. His rookie year in the minor leagues, he hit 329 with a 414 OBP and a 466 slugging percentage. I think this is pretty consistent with what he showed in college. I think he's showing better than expected plate discipline, but not a lot of power, and a pretty good hit tool. And a guy that gets on base, well, he's showing that more than I would have expected. He can steal the occasional bag as well. This year, one other tidbit that was across 3 levels: rookie, single A, and high A. This season, he started out at high A, and he was promoted to double A and eventually finished the year at triple A. And you're right, like on a rocket ship, as you like to say. Throughout the season, the trend is beautiful. It's the kind of thing you want to see. I'll start by highlighting his overall line, and then I'm going to step through it. And there's a reason I want to do it like that. On the season, overall, aggregate, he hit 331 with a 403 OBP and a 480 slugging percentage, 11 home runs, and 24 stolen bases. He walked 52 times and struck out 63. So he's a high contact guy. He's going to put the ball in play most of the time when he gets up. So now let me walk through the different levels. Started the year at high A. He got 92 plate appearances there, only hit 291. Double A, where most of his plate appearances on the season came from, he hit 317. And then triple A, where he got another 217 plate appearances, almost as much as he got in double A, he hit 365.
Yeah.
So throughout the season, moving up levels, he was hitting better and better. And that's what you want. And it's across the board. His OBP was rising throughout the season. It dropped a little bit at double A after high A, so he was taking a little less walks. But it's increased again in triple A. Slugging percentage also increased. This is a guy that you want to probably target because he is on the trend. The last time I recall seeing this, and it was that obvious, was Giancarlo Stanton coming into the major leagues. All of a sudden, he was swatting home runs every single
he's not just on a rocket ship to the moon. He's blowing right past the moon and going to Mars. Sal is on fire and probably one of the hottest prospects I can think of in all of the major league.
So Sal Frelick has a career 331 batting average. And I want to highlight this because right now, up to this point in his career, he's all about the batting average. Yeah. Counting stats are not going to be extreme with this guy, except for the occasional stolen base. In fact, I think you could say some of his comparables in the major leagues are guys like Luis Arias and Jeff McNeil.
Okay. I have one that I really like a comp for him as Andrew Benintendi.
I could see that. I could see that too. I think Benintendi, he hasn't hit with much power recently, but I think he came into the league with more power than we're going to see from Frelick.
Yep.
But I'm really interested in this guy. I think it's a guy you definitely want to target and go get if you can get him at a reasonable cost. I found in some of my leagues is not that reasonable, actually,
Yeah.
surprisingly. But if people are paying attention to that trend, they're seeing the same thing that we are. But if they're not, this is a good guy to obtain right now.
I am 50% sure, which is pretty high, that he will debut in the major leagues in 2023.
He
And
could be a major leaguer in 2023. There's no doubt
and
in my mind.
and fairly early, like before the All-Star break, like way before the All-Star break.
Yeah.
Especially what one injury in Milwaukee's outfield, and we got Sal Roman center field. That's my take. Is there a comp on
Yes,
STS?
there is Frank Schulte, and this is going way back. This guy, which I always find fascinating, if you're getting a comp from the early 1900s, which is what his is. This guy played 1904. What did they say? 1904 to 1918. So going way, way, way back. He was only a career 270 hitter, but and he didn't hit with a ton of power as you wouldn't expect going back that far. But he did lead the league in home runs twice, which that's not going to be Frelick's game. Of course, Frank Schulte only hit 21 home runs and 10 home runs when he led the league in home runs. He won an MVP award, and he also led the league once in slugging percentage. So it's an interesting one in that they had to dig deep, go far back to find a good comp. And a lot of that probably has to do with his rates of walking and striking out. He's putting the ball in play most of the time when he's getting up. I think we're not going to see the same kind of player as he was in his era, because Frelick is not going to lead the league in home runs.
Right.
He has the potential to be one of the guys that's competing for batting titles.
Yep. That's what I wanted to touch on. Was all I see is batting title.
Yeah. So his scout grade equivalencies will tell that story. He has a 70 for his hit tool, which would be among the highest in the minor leagues that we'll find. 35 for power, below average power.
Boy, that's low.
And 55 for speed, so just above average. That's exactly what I'm seeing from his profile.
Yep.
That's exactly what he is.
Yep. Not a whole lot of growth in body type, in my opinion. 5'10", 180, going to stick right around that, and which is perfectly fine.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and of course visit our website, scoutthestatline.com, for more.